In this video I will talk about builds that I think are currently the best in the entire game for ranked. The season already has been going on for a while, but I assume that some of you have not reached 1600 yet, and I also haven't made a build video in a while, so I thought it was a good time to do it, to also help some of you hopefully reach 1600. Gonna start with a runner Pokemon, Suicune of course, the first choice. Not always the best solo queue Pokemon, but doesn't matter what, it's very strong. Whirlpool and Ice Beam being its best build by far. For items we go Spoon with choice bags, a Curse Instance or Vice Glasses. Usually I play Vice Glass if it's blind pick. If it's draft and the enemies have healing, I just put on Curse Instance. For battle item eject button. And for emblems I will not show them, I will just say the color combinations. You can either go for 7 black 6 green for cooldown reduction, which I do the most, or you just go 6 white 6 green, since you can get a bit tankier and Suicune is a very tanky Pokemon. Then we have Serena, which I think is still a very good Pokemon. I think Stomp is currently a bit better again, at least in my opinion, but you can also still play Triple Axle. We go Attack Weight, Cookie, and Weakness Policy. If you don't like to go Cookie, if you don't want to double stack, you can always replace it with either Razor Claw or a Focus Band. Both are great choices as a second item over Eos Cookie. And for better item, if you play Stomp, we always go X Attack. If you decide to go for Triple Axle, which is the similar item build, you can go for the same exact items. Also maybe Rapid Fire Scarf or again Focus Band or Cookie. We will play Full Heal. And then for emblems, 6 brown and 6 white. Then we have a good old classic Zacian, still a strong Pokemon, even though I feel like not a lot of people play it right now. Sacred Sword and either Agility or Play Rough currently being the best build. Both are totally fine, depends also on your opponents. I do like Play Rough right now a bit more because it just sets up plays. I like to empower it a lot and just look for big AoE stuns. Again, it has Rusted Sword, so it has one less hit item of course. And then I play usually this, Muscle Razor Claw is very good. Or you replace Muscle Band with Attack Weight for more burst damage, which is also very good, especially if you play in lane. If you play in jungle, you can also play something like Weakness Policy, or again, Muscle Band or Focus Band, just Razor Claw, I would always go. And then for battle item, Full Heal or Eject Button, both are great choices. And 6 brown, 6 white emblems. The next you will know, this is currently my favorite all-rounder. If you watched my video earlier, Tinkaton, something I can definitely recommend, with Thief and Gigaton Hammer being the only playable build, nothing else. Similar to Serena, we go Attack Weight, Weakness Policy. And for the last item, I like Cookie, but again, if you don't want to double stack, you can also replace Cookie with Focus Band without any issues. Battle item, obviously Eject Button, because we can go Gigaton Hammer into Eject Button, which is a game-winning combo, just like on Blaziken. And then, of course, 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Next up, we have Gyarados, also very strong Pokemon right now, always with Dragon Breath. And then Bounce the Waterfall. First, I'm going to talk about the Bounce build. We take this right here, we take Attack Weight, and then you can decide what you want to go. There's a lot of different items you can definitely play. I like Muscle Band just because Muscle Band is a great item. Energy Amplifier is very strong, but you can also replace it with Focus Band, with Razor Claw, maybe even Charging Shot, but not necessarily. All of those items are fine. Even a Cookie would be fine, but I do like Muscle Band a lot. Scope Lens also works. Definitely, so you have a lot of items you can choose from right here, but I say this would probably be the most normal build most people would go for battle item Eject Button. And then, if you want to play a bit more of a spicier build that even was played at the ACL finals and was perma-banned in the grand final, is Waterfall Gyarados. Waterfall with a Dragon Breath, Potion, and then Attack Weight, Focus Band. And the Japanese players, if you play blind pick, you can go Eos Cookie. If you see the enemies have a lot of physical Pokemon in draft, you can go Rocky Helm. And if you see they have a lot of special attack Pokemon, you can go for Assault Vest. I played this with myself, and it's very, very strong too. And of course, 6 brown and 6 white emblems as we head into Garchomp, which I think is still a good Pokemon. Can pretty much be played anywhere. We go Dragon Rush and Claw, of course, with Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf. And then the last item, I think it's still Scope Lens, personally. It's Garchomp's kind of weird Pokemon now, it lost a lot of crit rate, but Scope Lens just still helps you get those crits in. If you don't want to anymore because the crit rate got nerfed, you can also go Attack Weight. And if you don't want any of those, you can also go Focus Band. I mean, Focus Band pretty much always works, or even a Charging Charm. But then I think Scope Lens still just does a bit more damage. Yeah, and then for Eject Button, or for better item, we go Eject Button. If you go Scope Lens, you go 6 white, 6 brown with crit emblems. If you go anything else, just go 6 white, 6 brown without any crit rate in it. I still like Blaziken a lot. Blaziken has a few different builds. You can play Attack Weight, Cookie, and Razor Claw, but you can see in battle item again, obviously Eject Button, same for it. Overheat, Eject Button is too good. Attack is pretty much almost a given, unless you maybe jungle. If you jungle, you can also play Weakness Policy with Muscle Band or Focus Band. This build is also great. That's not Focus Band, Focus Band. And you can also play, this is what Overlord plays. Weakness Policy, Tech Weight, Razor Claw. Also a great build. You can also play Tech Weight, Razor Claw, and Focus Band. You can play Tech Weight, Razor Claw, and Muscle Band. So there's a lot of different items you can play on Blaziken. Just find a mix between those. Razor Claw seems to be almost a standard, though, right? But I also like playing this build a lot right here. Muscle Band, Attack Weight, and Cookie. The Muscle Band in solo queue just allows you to rip objectives even faster. That's why I think it's a very strong solo queue item, because you can do Reggies very fast, and you can also burn Rayquaza in late game, which allows you to still win games, right? You don't have to go it. There's a lot of different items you can go for. And again, this is the build that someone like Overlord plays, with 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Then we have Metagross, also still a great Pokemon. Gyro Ball with either Magnet Rise and Headbutt. Magnet Rise is a bit better, but then Headbutt is also great of a choice. I personally play Attack Weight with Razor Claw and Muscle Band. And similar to other Pokemon, you can also replace Muscle Band with Focus Band, Muscle Band with Weakness Policy. You can also replace Razor Claw with any of those items I just mentioned. This is the bit I play. Again, Muscle Band, just a great early game item. Great for ripping objectives, but you can go anything else, whatever you prefer. Even maybe a Cookie. But Cookie on Metagross loses kind of value because your entire sustain comes from shields. So Weakness Policy would make you tankier than Cookie for the reason that more attack damage gives you bigger shields, right? And that's what matters more. So yeah, just in case someone was wondering. And then for items, we either play X Speed or Full Heal for a better item slot. Both are totally fine. Maybe look what your opponents have if it's draft. If it's not draft, you can just always go any. It's fine. You should be okay most of the time. And then 6 brown and 6 white emblems. A bit of a niche pick is Trenatar, which I think is still a great Pokemon. But of course in solo queue can be a bit difficult sometimes. Stone Edge and Centum is the best build. And I like running Muscle Band, Attack Weight, and Weakness Policy. Really ramping out our attack damage. And here I would say the Muscle Band is very recommended for the reason that your early game is just too bad without it. You can't farm. If you don't get to level 9, it just takes years. And yeah, that's why I like it. But again, you can also replace any of these items with a Focus Band if you want to. You can also run this right here, or you can run something like this, also totally fine. For Battle Item Eject Button, because it can combine with our Centum, you can Centum Eject Button, stun someone, and try to nuke them with your team. And 6 brown and 6 white emblems. And for the last one, which I would only recommend in Central Area, I would not recommend Mimikyu anywhere else. I think it's only a good Central Area Pokemon. It needs a lot of experience with Play Rough and Shadow Sneak, of course. Then we have Attack Weight, Razor Claw, and Charging Charm is my favorite build, but you can also replace this with Muscle Band or Focus Band, or even Weakness Policy if you play maybe Shadow Claw, which is also still fine, of course. You can do the same here. I like this build the most. And then for Battle Item, we play Full Heal, Eject Button, or X Speed. All of them work. Even X Attack can be fine if you just want to burst someone down very fast in your Unite move. So whatever you prefer. I play Full Heal the most because there's still a lot of stunts, of course, in the meta. But X Speed is also great. Then we head into attacker builds, and the best currently attacker in the entire game is Snipe Shot and Talion. It's also my most played attacker right now. It's my favorite attacker to play. And I mean, it's very strong, but I do like sniping Pokemon anyways. Pretty straightforward. We play Spoon, Vice Glasses, Choice Specs with Eject Button. And then we just go 7 black and 6 green emblems. Of course, for most of these special attacker, that will be the most common page. And you can also play Liquidation, but Snipe Shot is just good right now. You can play it even in Central Area. You can play Top Path, Bot Path. Just an amazing attacker. And then we also have another good attacker right now, Mewtwo. It's kind of boring, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, it's just very good. I mean, it's not even that boring. Just make sure you play it in Bot Path. Make sure you play Bot Path. Do not play Central Area Mewtwo. You're gonna get bored, and it just can't farm experience. It takes ages. There's 2 different builds you can go for, I would say, or 3 builds even. For Battle Item, you almost always go Eject Button, pretty much. And then for items, you can either go for, I mean, you always go Spoon. Spoon is a given. For second item, you can either go Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf with 7 red emblems, very important. Or you go Muscle Choice Specs, Rapid Fire Scarf with 7 red emblems. Or you just go for a full size strike damage build with Choice, Vice Glasses, and 7 black and 6 green emblems. Or a full 6 green special attack page. Both are totally fine. And if you want to feel very risky and you have a good lane partner, you can also try a special Spectre, of course. That is quite greedy. Despite nerfs, Miraidon, I mean, it's already not played a lot. I can't really recommend Charge Beam right now. I think Charge Beam is pretty weak in general. If you want to play Miraidon, you definitely play Electro Drift with Parabolic Charge. And then we have a lot of different builds. And we have the current reduction build, which is totally fine if you play Sand for Area, but you can also just go double glasses for more damage right here. You can also replace it with special specs. So a lot of different builds again. You can also replace special specs with, I need to think right now, what was it again? Oh yeah, no, you can replace this with Cookie, right? And play Potion, for example. I mean, I do like Potion. I play Potion, doesn't matter what. Shedinja Doll doesn't work anymore, and Potion just allows us to have that bit more HP to go hopefully into our empowered Electro Drift, because sometimes you just die during it. So I still like this build a lot if you play in Path, and if you play Jungle, you can also play like Choice Specs and Focus Band, or again, you just play double glasses, or you play current reduction build. All of these are totally fine. And we always play 7 black and 6 green emblems. That is also the normal build. If you play double stacking, you can also go, you know, if you play with Cookie and Potion, you can also go 6 white, 6 green, but current reduction is a tiny bit more important. Now the next one might be a bit of a surprise, but it got buffed. It now has also defense penetration, which was a secret patch I can show right. I don't know if it's actually in here. So Cinderace was buffed, and people ask me if this is even true, but Cinderace got a secret buff a while ago. Here we go. Cinderace got a secret buff. It has percentage defense penetration. You can see on level 15 it's up to 20% of defense it ignores, which is of course very decent, right? If you play against tankier teams. That makes Cinderace honestly a strong Pokemon right now. With a Blaze Kick and either Feint or Flame Charge, most Cinderace mains will say Feint is better, and I do think it's very good, especially against someone like Leafeon. You can just feint away its Unite move, or maybe Razor Leaf, and just completely outplay it. Item build, pretty straightforward. Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf, and Scope Lens with full heal, eject button. I mean, if you play Feint, you definitely go eject button. If you play Flame Charge, you can either go X attack or full heal, but usually Feint with eject button is the way to go for Cinderace. And we don't play attack speed emblems. Attack speed emblems are useless. We just go 6 brown, 6 white with crit emblems. And for the last attack on this list, yeah, attacker are not the best right now. I can recommend, of course, Voltec a Pikachu, as there's a lot of current Speedsters in the meta. You can either go Thunder or Electro Ball. If you want more damage, you go Thunder. If you want more guaranteed damage, you go Electro Ball. Both are totally fine. Against Dodrio or something, Electro Ball is super strong. If you just want to combo and have more damage to carry alone, you can definitely go Thunder. Also helps you farming. It just does so much more damage to PvE, which allows you to farm and get more experience. We play Spoon with Choice Specs and Energy Amplifier. That's the go-to build with Pikachu. Eject button and 7 black and 6 green emblems. Now for the current strongest role in the entire game, Speedster. Even in tournaments, Speedsters are currently dominating the meta. We have Muscarada with Flower Trick and Double Team. Yes, Night Slash is also good, and you can play Night Slash, but Flower Trick Double Team is a tiny bit better. And we play Attack Weight, Razor Claw, and Charging Charm for more burst damage with Eject Button or Shedinja Doll, depending on what the enemies have. Usually Eject Button is better because you can also make sure your Flower Trick connect, and you can also Eject Button during your Night move to catch someone who's trying to get away from you. And we play 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Then we have Absol, of course. We have tons of different bits we can play Absol, 3 in total. I don't even know what the best one is right now. Maybe Pursuit Night Slash is the best, or Psycho Cut, I mean, or Night Slash. You can either play Night Slash and Psycho Cut, or Pursuit. Psycho Cut has different builds. For this one, we play, always play Scope Lens and Razor Claw, doesn't matter what. And for battle item, you can always play Full Heal, or X Attack, or Eject Button. For this build, usually you just play X Attack and Energy Amplifier, for example. That's a totally fine build, right? You just pop Psycho Cut, pop X Attack, pop Unite, destroy the entire enemy team. And you can also, if you don't want to do this, and you just want to play this Speedster, you can also go Charging Charm with Full Heal and either Sucker Punch. And this also allows Sucker Punch to be a thing, so you can decide during the game which one you would rather have. So this build works, and this build also works right here. Lots of damage, and we can also play Night Slash, Psycho Cut with Attack Weight, and then either we play Full Heal, Eject Button, or X Attack. But I think X Attack a bit too greedy in this, so I'd rather play Eject Button to maybe catch someone, or Full Heal. Of course, a lot of CCs in the meta. Like, we'll take a Pikachu's, as I just mentioned, right? So, might want to get, use of the Full Heal, and 6 brown, 6 white crit emblems. Then we have another Speedster, which has a lot of different builds, and I don't even know what the best one is right now. I mean, the best one probably is the Flame Charge and Fly. For items, we play the same item build in all Talonflame builds, which is same as Muscarada, Attack Weight, Charging Charm, and Razor Claw, and Eject Button. And then, all builds work. You can play Fly Flame Charge, you can play Ace Fly, or you can play Ace and Brave Bird. All those 3 builds, totally fine to play. You can decide they're all very strong. and you can just decide, looking into a game, which one you would prefer, because you play the same held item, same battle item in all 3 builds, which means you can always look at the enemy team comp, it's perfect for blind pick, and then decide what build you want to go for. And of course, 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Bit of a surprise Pokemon in this patch, but Zaora, similar to Cinderace, got a secret defense penetration buff, and that makes Zaora currently one of the best Pokemon in the patch, even dominating tournaments. Also still going to make a video about it, with Void Switch and Discharge being the most played build. And then we can go for Razor Claw. This was the most played build in tournaments right here. Razor Claw, Weakness Policy, Focus Band, but you can also of course replace Focus Band with Muscle Band or Energy Amplifier if you want to, but this was the most common build. With Battle Item, you can go full heal, of course, or X Attack. If you play Energy Amplifier, you might want to go for this, X Attack and Energy Amplifier. If you go for Focus Band, we definitely prefer our full heal, but it has a lot of different builds. You can also play Wild Charge, you can play Spark in this build, so Zaora is also a great Pokemon right now with a lot of flexibility in items in builds. And of course, 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Then we have Gengar with 2 builds, which I think are still pretty strong though, doesn't matter what. The best one currently is still Hex and Sludge Bomb, which is good against any teams. Lots of damage, lots of iframes as well. And for this build, we play Spoon with Vice Glasses and a Shell Bell. This is the one I like the most for this build, but you can of course play also Choice Specs. Go Double Glasses, Spoon, totally fine. With Battle Item Full Heal, always full heal when it comes to Hex. Of course, we're jumping to the enemy team, gotta be careful. Or you play Dream Eater, Shadow Ball with a triple glasses build. Gengar now even has more special defense penetration, right? So Spoon is getting worse and worse on Gengar. Shadow Ball also already reduces special defense too. So yeah, now this combined now with the extra special defense penetration, you don't have to go it, but if you want to go Spoon, you can of course replace Vice Glasses with a Spoon. And then, wait, I forgot to say, for Hex, we play cooldown reduction emblems, 7 black and 6 green. And for Shadow Boy Dream Eater, we go full special attack, 6 green, and put as many special attack emblems as you find onto your emblem page. But if you don't have space, don't have enough emblem pages, you can also just go for the standard 7 black, 6 green emblem page that you have. And for the last Speedster in this video, Leafeon, of course, disgusting Pokemon, Razor Leaf and Aerial Ace. And then we go Attack Rate, Razor Claw, and Energy Amplifier with X Attack. Really just want to one-shot anyone's duo, like with our Unite move, and we have Energy Amplifier to do more damage with it, of course, X Attack as well, and then also just make sure we get as many Unites throughout the entire game as possible with 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Now, for the Speedsters, of course, Umbreon is something I have to always recommend. Foul Play, better than Melock most of the time, unless the enemies have a very annoying Speedster you can't deal with, then sure, you can go for Melock, but Full Heal is better. Snarl and Wisher is similar, equally good. If the enemies have a lot of dive, you pick Snarl. If they dive into your team, you rather have Snarl. Or if you want to dive into the enemy team, Snarl is also better. If the enemies have more poke, like Spirit Check, Decidueye, Snipe Shot, and Teleon, in general they have more attacker Pokemon, then Wish might be the better choice, just to counter all the poke. And then if you go for something like Snarl, you can just go Razor Claw. I mean, I like to play aggressive items on Umbreon. You know, something like this, or something like this. Muscle Razor. Or even Attack Weight, but if you go Wish, we definitely go Attack Weight because it makes our Wish heal more, right? If you go Snarl, you don't have to go Attack Weight, you can just go any other item that works. If you want to play more in a team, of course, you go XP Share, you go more like defensive items, something like this, right? It's of course great. I always go X Speed, but for solo queue, I definitely would prefer going damage items, right? You can also go something like this. Buddy Berry is also great on Umbreon, so you don't die while trying to jump up into the air. So yeah, a lot of different builds. Just play whatever you prefer, honestly. Just make sure you don't play Melock all too often. And of course, 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Then right now I think Ho is pretty strong. You can go Flamethrower with Fly or Fire Spin. I personally prefer Fly because it makes us faster, which makes it easier for Flamethrower to stick to targets. If you want to play more team-oriented, of course, you can go for Fire Spin. And then I play double stacking with Weakness Policy. Just max damage, max sustain, or max HP. Much as possible to make our Flamethrower do as much damage as possible and also make us heal as much as possible with. You can go anything right here. Probably X-Speed is the one that people play the most, but I like Potion. I personally play Potion because you already get move speed from Fly anyways, and you can just always get away by flying over terrain. And then 6 brown and 6 white emblems. What else do we have? We have Trevenant, of course. It's an amazing carry for ranked. You can go Curse and Horn Leech. You can also go Woodhammer, but Woodhammer is more like a team-oriented build. I also, similar to Ho, I played the same exact build. Attack Weight, Weakness Policy, and Cookie with XP though. You can also play Potion, but XP just allows us to get into positions easier, as Trevenant has no way of getting move speed. So yeah, amazing build. If you play Woodhammer, you just drop these items. I mean, you kind of have to play XP share, right? So we go XP share or Resonant Guard, Focus Band, and XP share if you want to play a different kind of Trevenant that is more team-oriented. Then even though its win rate dropped a decent amount, I think Snorlax, I'm pretty skillish as well. Again, Flail Block is still an amazing build for ranked. I like this build the most right here. This build with X speed. You can also play tankier build, right? So you can drop any of these like attack speed items for something like Body Barrier and Resonant Guard or Assault Vest, even more HP. You can even use Potion if you want to. So it has a lot of different builds, which makes it also very flexible again, which is great. But I prefer this one for solo queue the most. Really allows us to get a lot of work done. Even sometimes like the Drankron, I just wish I would heal a bit more, sadly. But, you know, it's quite nice in play, but in the end, sadly, not worth it over other items. I wish it was. You can also play double stacking Rapid Fire Scarf. Also totally fine, with 6 brown and 6 white emblems. If you want to have fun, you can also put some crit emblems in and just pray for some crits, which is also something I used to play with Scope Lens, but sadly right now, I feel like it's a bit too non-consistent to play it. But Scope Lens, Snorlax is also very fun. And for the last defender, of course, most defender are pretty good right now, but my list, of course, I have to point out the ones I like the most, is Blastoise with Hydro Pump and Surf. I personally prefer something like this right here for carrying ranked. You can also replace this with Rapid Fire Scarf for even more attack speed to reset your cooldowns more. But I think this one is the most consistent one. You can also replace still any of these with something like Focus Band. I think Muscle Band is better than Spoon because you basically attack so much throughout the game that's going to outvalue Spoon. Don't have to go for it. This is great if you want to be a more team player. Of course, you can also replace any of these with XP share and do great. For battle item, always eject button. We can do either eject button surf combo, or we can do unite move into eject button. Definitely something you want to go for. And for Blastoise, we play 6 green and 6 white emblems. Now for the last role, of course, supporter Pokemon. We have Psyduck as the best support still, which plays more like a defender. So if you prefer, or if you like playing defender supporter, definitely Psyduck is the best choice. Psychic Surf being its best build, being still super, super annoying. Always play XP share. It's a complete XP share support. Nothing else makes sense. You also play 2 tank items, Focus Band, Body Barrier. It does still a lot of damage anyways, but going damage items on Psyduck is now feels like a waste. You could run Muscle Band just for some early game pressure if you want, but Focus Band and Body Barrier is the most consistent build for Psyduck. And for battle item, X speed, and we go either you can go 6 white and 6 green, or you can go 7 black and 6 green emblems. And we have Hooper. Hooper still, of course, just a broken S-tier support in my opinion. Hyperspace, Hole, or Trick, both are great, but Trick is more like a team base, which is funny. You would think Hyperspace is the thing you go for when you don't think you can rely on your teammates, right? You go Trick if you don't want to rely on your teammates. But this requires your teammates to know more than Hyperspace Hole. Because Trick and Phantom Force is a great combo, but only if the ally you play with knows how it works, right? Otherwise not. So it's a great duo or trio build. Otherwise, Hyperspace Hole, of course, is also great. And then we have the same item build for all Hooper builds, which is Muscle Band with Resonant Guard and XP share. We go for X speed here as well, or full heal. Both are great, depending on what the enemies have. Sometimes you might need full heal just to be able to get out some CC. And then we play 7 black and 6 green emblems. And we have Blissey, and Helping Hand Safeguard is still a crazy strong build, but so is the healing build. Depends on what the enemies have again, depends on what your team comp has, right? You have some carries to play this around with. Do the enemies have some CC you want to safeguard? Then this build is still absolutely broken. Always XP share. In this build, you can play Leftovers. This is actually a common build in tournaments too, because you have no healing. So Body Barrier with Leftovers is actually, or Leftovers is a legit item with this build, because pressing this on your allies will not put you in combat. So if you lose some HP, you can just stay behind a bit. It's great against poke. You will stay behind most of the time anyways and just use this on your allies, so this definitely works. Body Barrier just to make sure that no one dies during your Unite move. X speed. And if you decide to go for Softboard X, we go for, of course, a different build. There we run Rescue Hood with special specs. But you don't have to do this either. You can also just play Body Barrier and Energy Amplifier or something, or Body Barrier and Vice Glasses, or Body Barrier and Rescue Hood. That's totally fine. You don't have to go for the special specs, but it does increase the softboard healing by a decent amount. Then good old classic Eldegoss. Point Puff with Cotton Spore, currently best bid. If the enemies have more poke and more range characters, you might want to go for Cotton Card instead, for more sustain, for your allies against, if the enemies have like 3-4 attacker Pokemon that just shoot at you, then definitely this is the better choice, but otherwise Cotton Spore is the better move. And we play Muscle Band, XP share always, and then you can go for, I usually would go for Resident Guard as well, just like Hooper does for the same build. You can also play Rapid Fire Scarf, but often it feels a bit overkill to go for the attack speed items nowadays, so I'd rather have more consistency. You can also go Focus Band or something, also fine. And if you play something like this, you can also go for special specs or for Rescue Hood. There we go. And for battle item, again, if you want to go aggressive, you go X attack, but I would also recommend X speed. It's just more consistent. And, less greedy, you will die less with 7 black and 6 green emblems. And for the last Pokemon, I always have to, shout out my Mr. Mime. Doesn't matter what. A great mage, mime supporter. I don't know. It's a damage dealer. It's a complete damage dealer, right? We all know it. We all love it. Eject button, barrier, confusion, pop unite, kill everything, be happy. Sometimes defense is the best offense, right? Or was it offense is the best defense? You know what I mean, So, yeah. Our offense is the best defense, defense is the best offense. No, a good offense is the best defense, right? Which, this is kind of, yeah, somewhere along those lines. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments which build you will use to get to 1600, if you reach 1600 already, and maybe you have a build you would recommend for people to play, which helped you climb during the season. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!